Good freaking morning, people. Big Red here. Thank you all for coming back to my Red Talk. Today is Monday. It is January 29th, I think. Somewhere around there. But January 29th. A little late start today. Got some shiz to take care of. But going into the office now. Get my week started. Okay, which my weeks don't end, but you know, they got to start someplace, so I guess they might as well start here. I say that like I didn't choose this life. I chose this life. That's all right. But yeah, going in now. It's looks like weather-wise, it's kind of chilly. It's like 37 degrees out there, it says, and sun's trying to peek its way through. So, sun comes out, it's a whole nother ball game. But at least it's not actually raining right now, which is always good. So, let's dive right into today's Red Talk. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. All right, I'm doing one of these every day until my birthday in June at least. So, make sure you're here, you're tuned in. All right. Always drop comments down below. Anything you guys want to hear me talk about, I'm going to go after. All right, nothing is off limits around here. So you want to hear my opinion on it, I will give it to you. I will give it to you. This is real, straight through, no cuts, no nothing. Just me, caffeinated out of my mind, early in the morning, rambling about nonsense. All right, so yesterday was Big Football Sunday. All right. First game we had was the Ravens versus the versus the Chiefs. And I am thoroughly surprised with the outcome of that game. I thought for sure that the Baltimore Ravens were going to win the Super Bowl. I was all for it. And the fact that they came out against the Chiefs and just looked like they forgot how to play football. Like, what was going on there? You know, like, it's Lamar Jackson couldn't run the ball. Like, Lamar Jackson couldn't throw the ball. You know, Ravens defense was good. The Ravens defense is always pretty good. But, like, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know, you know, what happened. I think the Chief hype is real right now. You know, and I think all the memes and all of the stuff leading up to this game was definitely didn't help. You know, kind of really put the pressure on the Ravens there. And come on, if you're gonna go. Fuck. God. Prius driver from Florida. Get off my island. Oh my God, just go. What are you doing? Jesus. God, sorry. But the Chief hype is real. The Taylor Swift hype is real, because that is, let's be real. You know, she's like the biggest thing in the world. And, you know, Travis Kelce had himself a day yesterday. You know, I think well over 100 yards, touchdown, maybe 2 touchdowns. I don't remember. I think just 1. But yeah, he went off. And you know, I was watching the game, and I called it early. I said, I was like, you know, the Chiefs' first drive, I was like, if the Ravens didn't stop the first drive the way they did, I think the score would have been way worse. But like, it would have just turned into an absolute bloodbath. You know, and the Ravens were known to being a second half team, to, you know, come back in the second half and They just couldn't get it done. You know, I don't know what happened. I hate having this theory, but I think the NFL is so rigged now. Like, I hate to believe this, but I do believe this to be true. Like, I really, really feel that the NFL is completely rigged because, like, you know, the Chiefs alone yesterday in that game got probably 5 calls for them that, like, would never be a call in any other game. You know, and, like, that kind of stuff is annoying because that's, like, why do that? You know, like, the best example was, I forget when or what quarter it was in or whatever, and there was, you know, pushing back and forth. Everybody, Travis Kelce was in there talking shit. You know, everybody was in there, and, like, one guy on the Ravens came up and, like, just stood in front of Chelsea and kind of, like, belly bumped him. Or maybe headbutted him. I don't even think it was really a headbutt, but, you know, now flags fly. Like, the scuffle went on for, like, 3 minutes before that. You know, now that comes in. I was like, you know, and then instantly, 15-yard penalty against the Ravens. Boom, march them down. Right, next play, Mahomes is scrambling, starts running, pulls up to throw. Defensive lineman goes to, like, bat the pass down, you know, hits him in the head, 15-yard penalty. Like, you know, shit like that. Like, they were just given a third of the field. So, I don't know. Everybody's been calling this for a long time, that the refs are on the Chiefs' side, and, you know, I try not to agree with it. I don't want to agree with it, but, like, I have to agree with it because it's, like, it's too obvious at this point. Like, it truly is too obvious, and it's annoying, to be quite honest. But, you know, what are you going to do? Chiefs came out on top. Biggest story in the world right now is how is Taylor Swift going to make it from Tokyo to Vegas for the Super Bowl, because she has a concert or something in Tokyo. And, you know, people seem to care more about that than, you know, the fact that the Chiefs made it to the Super Bowl, which is shocking. So, that's interesting. You know, who knows? What's she going to do? Like, people mapped it out already. They were like, all right, if her plane takes off at midnight in Tokyo time, you know, she can go directly from the show to the airport, get on the plane, take the 14-hour ride, and she'll get there. You know, she should get to Vegas by 9 p.m., you know, because she's traveling back in time from there. Like, that's what people are worried about, and that's what's on, like, all these main sports pages and stuff. Like, come on. Like, whatever. It's, you know, it is what it is. I'm truly not a Taylor Swift hater. I will say, though, that I liked it better when, like, it was separated. I think that was, you know, I think Taylor and the NFL were both better when they were not together. Because now it's just every other play, the camera pans up to Taylor Swift, and, like, everybody just talks about her being at the games. You know, which is, listen, is it annoying? Yes. Right? Is it cool that one single person has that much influence on the world? Yeah. Pretty dope. Definitely pretty dope. I think, you know, she definitely does. But, you know, we'll see if see if she makes it to the Super Bowl game. You know, who knows? But yeah, so the Chiefs came out on top. In not a very good game played by the Ravens, but the second game of the day was the game to watch. I hope everybody watched that game. That game was the Detroit Lions versus San Francisco 49ers. Eminem is in the stands giving fans the finger, like not giving a fuck, which is great. And yeah, what a game. The Lions came out hot, scored like 22 points and 21 points in the first half, at least, right? I don't remember the actual score, but they were up heavy in the first half and came out. They completely shit the bed in the second half. The 49ers clawed back, and in 49er fashion, Christian McCaffrey ran it down everybody's throat. You know, Brandon Ayuk was catching balls like he caught a pass that bounced off the defender's face mask into the air, and he tracked it and caught it in. It was actually fucking sick. And yeah, they ended up coming back. The Lions had a chance to tie it, I think, with under 2 minutes left. So they could kick the field goal to tie, and they decided to go for a touchdown instead, which is, here's my thought on this. Now, obviously, the great Herm Edwards once said, you play to win the game. That you do. You play to win the game. You score the touchdown, you go up by 4 points. Okay, now your defense, who's been pretty solid the entire day, is going to go back out there and hold this team to nothing to end the game. But at the same time, you pass up points to tie the game. So that's where I'm torn. You know, I am a very, if I was a head coach, I would be a very win the game type head coach. I don't know the right wording to call it. You know, but if that was me, I would go to win the game. 100% would go to win the game. You know, and most people agree until you don't get the touchdown, and then why didn't you just kick a field goal and tie the game? Which happens, and that's, that's part of life, and I think that's part of coaching, is you make a tough decision. The tough decision is to, go for the win. In his head, if you're all right, I score this touchdown right now, we're winning. We're up. My defense is good. We're up. We're going to hold them. That's that. Nobody has to worry about anything. And then, you kick the field goal and then run the risk of taking it into overtime and trying to do all that. And it's a tough decision to make. It really is. I'm more of an aggressive, I would say I'm more of an aggressive coach when it comes to that. I'd rather, 4th and 2, no matter where we are, I want to go for it. I don't want to kick, but I know you have to punt. That's just kind of how it is. But that being said, Dan Campbell could have tied the game, and maybe forced an overtime, and we could be looking at a different outcome right now. But listen, you know what? Like I said, firm believer in risking it for the biscuit. All right, if you're going to go for it, you go for it, and you fucking die on that hill. All right, you die on that hill. And I'm pretty sure I didn't watch any of the press conferences or anything yet, but I'll probably catch McAfee today and see what they say about this. But listen, you play to win the game. That's all I got to say about that. You play to win the game, and take a risk. It didn't pay off. Listen, he took that team to the conference championship for the first time since like 1957. That is a massive feat. Absolutely massive feat. So, good for him. Hopefully, I hope that Detroit Lions team sticks around and continues to progress in the ways that they are, because they got talent, and they're good. They are a good team. So I think next year they can be. Listen, they could be in the same spot easily. I just hope that that decision to go for a touchdown and not kick a field goal does not affect his future, Campbell's future, because that would suck. I don't think it will. I think this is his like third year as a head coach, I believe, and he took them from like 0-16 seasons to where they are now. So he's done good with this team, and they seem to like him, and he seems like a really good coach. So I hope it doesn't. But San Fran came out on top in probably one of the most wild games I've seen in a while. So cool to see. So now we have a Kansas City Chief and San Francisco 49er Super Bowl, which will be interesting. I think both these teams are very evenly matched. I think that I don't really know where to predict this yet. Defensively, I think they're both kind of on the same level. I think they both have very strong weapons on defense, and they also have very strong weapons on offense. Patrick Mahomes and Brock Purdy. You got Jason Kelsey, Travis Kelsey, and Jason Kittle. Kittle. Pacquiao. I can never say his name right. I hear it all the time. When he was on my fantasy team, I can never say it right. Pacquiao and Christian McCaffrey, they match up very, very well. And I am very curious to see how this Super Bowl irons out. So now we have, I think this is Pro Bowl week coming up, and then the week after is the Super Bowl. So they'll have February 11th is the Super Bowl, Sunday. So we'll see what happens. I think it's, like I said, I think it's a very even matchup. I think that, both teams have a decent amount of the same weapons. And, I really think that I think it'll be a really good game. It's either going to be like crazy high scoring, or it's going to be like 3-0. That's my prediction. So we'll see. Comment down below who you guys think is going to win the Super Bowl. Let me know what you think the score is going to be as well, because I'm interested in that. I think, I really think it goes either way. I think there's no kind of real in between. I think that it's either an absolute barn burner or the closest Super Bowl we'll ever have with the most low scoring. So we'll see. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Curious to see what you guys think. Anything you guys want me to talk about, drop that in the comments as well. Please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post noties, the whole 9 yards. And yeah, if you got any of my big boys out there, got any issues you want me to talk about, drop that too, because I'm with you on that. I have a good one for tomorrow, so we're going to get after that. And yeah, that's really it. So go out, enjoy your Monday, start the week off right, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.